Aliens vs. Predator was published 11 years ago and was developed by Rebellion Developments, and nearly instantly received a cult following for the simple fact you got to play as both outer space psychopaths. Fans of the franchise love the game, and a lot of people say this game is highly underrated, because it received a mixed reception from critics and audience members. But I, myself, only got to form my own opinion in 2017, and boy, did 15-year-old me eat this shit up. I wasted over 69 hours on this, but I haven't played it until 4 years later, and during that time, I've grown as a person, I've matured, become a Buddhist monk, and I think it's finally time to revisit what a lot of people consider a classic. And for a period of time, I did as well. Now, there's a famous saying that some things should be left in memory, but my main interests are big fucking monsters, so naturally, a game like this, I love no matter what. But also naturally, I'm always fucking wrong! In 1939, the Soviet Union discovered the planet of Poland and decided to do a little trolling. The takeover was led by the famous communist dictator, Lance Henriksen, and during that occupation, they discovered xenomorphs, but more importantly, ancient ruins built by the Yautja, aka the Predators. And within the pyramids held a hall of Alien vs. Predator tribute videos from the 2000s. And when they found the video, the Predator tribute Diamond Nice! It sends a massive shockwave and a blue beam to the sky that resurrects the never-ending war between Predator and Alien. And Michael for some reason. But to understand why each of the species hate each other so fucking much, we must now go into the respective campaigns, look at the story and the gameplay, and it's best off to start with the Colonial Marines. Because the sooner the Marines leave, the better. I think. As the Marine... God fucking damn it. As the Marine, you play as Josh, a new member to the team that doesn't do much because he gets knocked the fuck out by a box at the start, and wakes up when everyone else is dead. Besides your insufferable partner, of course, Tequila. Her main objective is to just open doors and marking the waypoint, while your job as the lone Marine is to go across the country fighting extraterrestrial beings. And along the way, you have several tools in your disposal: the pulse rifle, the smart gun, a flamethrower, and a pistol. Also, when I said disposable, I truly fucking mean it, because you're actually going to only use these two, the sniper rifle and the shotgun, since they literally destroy the game. A single shot from these can kill a xenomorph, their family history, and the androids, which who fucking cares about them? Let's be real here. Now, when you look at the lore of these two guns, you actually find out they were created by Robert Oppenheimer, which explains a lot, because they actually ruined the fucking game. Yeah, we get it. You already said that, you fucking moron. Especially when you keep in mind that at the very beginning, it tries to be scary by having the aliens come out of the floor in the dark, but it was about as effective as a change.org petition. And at the later half, all the tension with these so-called perfect organisms is lost when you become a divine fucking being. Which, by the way, it won't take you long because this campaign is short as fuck. And it took me only around 90 minutes to beat. And it's just bad. It's bad. There are hundreds of other shooters I could be playing instead right now. But the only redeeming quality here is the climax, where you fight a horde of xenomorphs on a bridge with two Praetorians. But the best part is at the very, very end, and it's the final boss, where you fight Lance fucking Henriksen, which I enjoyed every second of. From the lifeless animations to him just screaming to my fucking face, extremely aggressively. Anyway, I give this campaign 3 James Camerons out of 10. And now it's time to get into the good stuff. In this crusade, you play as number 6, an alien revolutionist that starts an uprising and frees their people and queen in the first 5 minutes. But to achieve this is an easy task, because you have a light attack and a heavy attack, can climb up walls, swipe your tail, and hiss. Remember when I said that it's gonna get good now? I lied! This is actually worse than the previous campaign. Your main objective is to commit mass genocide, which makes sense since you are a fucking Xenomorph, so I'm not expecting Shawshank Redemption when it comes to writing, but I do expect the bare minimum. After the first level, you have no goal, and you just need to get from point A to point B and kill everything that stands in your way. I managed to finish the entire thing in one sitting, and it only took me 67 minutes. The bad part is, I could have done it sooner! Around 40 minutes, if my playstyle wasn't as crazy as a Tarbosaurus, which even in my case is really bad, because the Marines in this campaign had the stamina of a koala. Seriously guys, Prince Philip can do better. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but this game video is pronounced Predator Attempts Alien, so you'd expect to fight a decent chunk of these ultimate hunters as the alien, but you actually fight only 3, and all of them are at the very end. 2 are a warm-up and are like the Marines. They are slow, but mentally this time. After that, you fight the Wolf Predator, which is a long and tedious fight that lasts 25 seconds. I'm not fucking lying, here's the clip. This sucks. This fucking sucked. 2 really Scots out of 10. Finally, we've reached the best campaign. Which isn't saying much. As a Predator, you have 2 simple missions. Kill the Predalien and uncover decades of fucked up lore. In this undertaking, you have a light attack and heavy attack. Exactly like the same with the Xenomorphs. However, you now have an ability to jump, cloak, fool idiots, and, okay, for a second though, who the fuck would fall for this?
Here we are. More out, motherfucker. Right there.
But the best part are your 4 gadgets. The classic plasma caster, a mine that blows up half the continent, a frisbee, and before I get to the final one, remember how I said the Marine campaign was ruined by these 2 so-called divine interventions? Weapons that make you become death, the destroyer of worlds. If they destroy worlds, then this spear makes me, I don't know, the fucking destroyer of the space-time continuum. This thing right here is the ultimate weapon for an assassin. It can literally kill all the enemies in the game in 1 hit and goes through the multiverse as well, so it eliminates all the parallel variants. And don't worry, cause this thing will never run out. It literally reloads in less than 5 seconds. What the fuck? I'm pretty fucking sure the fucking playtesters for this game were just fucking sociopaths. Anyway, the story. You know how every franchise has some complicated lore from other games and comics that go into detail, I don't know, about their universe's equivalent of Ivan the fucking Terrible? This franchise is no different. Here you get this old fucking Wikipedia mask that shows you this 2-meter tall behemoth take 5 hours to just throw 1 corpse to the floor, and something about how humans suck. But the main purpose of this mask is to blow everything up. But before you get to do that, you must fight the Predalien, which is a horrendous boss fight because all they know is jump around, be bisexual, eat hot chip, and lie. But yeah, this also kind of sucked. I give it 4 grade St. James out of 10. Exact same problems as the other ones. Okay, some other stuff I want to fit in. All the campaigns have the exact same maps, and all the differences are the enemy placements and the collectibles, which makes me think what the budget went into. Definitely not the music. The soundtrack has stock sound effects, and it makes the game feel really cheap. The enemy variety is god-awful. You just have the Marines, androids, Xenomorphs, and the dog variant from Alien 3. Androids are just Marines that can take an extra shot, and the dog Xenos can just spit. I did want to talk about multiplayer, but the problem is, it's literally dead. There's not a single soul in this game. And it's really, really bad, because it means half of this game's content is just gone. You can't play it. You only have the single player now. Which brings us to the conclusion now. This game fucking sucks. Look, I know a lot of people love this game, but holy shit, it doesn't hold up at all. The gameplay for all three species, besides the Marine, is fine, but I feel like it could have been a lot better when you realize the game studio that made this made the first AVP. I really shouldn't have played this game again, because I really did have fond memories of this game, and now I just don't like it anymore. It's boring, the campaigns are forgettable, recycled, and now with a completely damn multiplayer, you're just left with a single player. I honestly don't know if I can recommend this game. If you're a fan of Alien and Predator, then there's a massive chance you've already played it or just own it. And yes, I know, it isn't that expensive anymore. Only 15 bucks, and sometimes even less than 5 on a sale. But is it worth your time? No, it ain't. The only redeeming quality here is that you get to play as the Predator and Alien. And I know there are other games that do this already, but when it comes to accessibility, especially on Steam, your only options are this one, the original, and a fucking pinball game, the fuck? But now, with barely any content, free campaigns that took me less than 4 hours to beat, combined, and with all the flaws already mentioned, I'm sorry, this game gets a fucking 3 out of 10. I know I'm gonna get shit for this, but hey yo, this is my first time making reviews like this, and I'm very much aware that this is all over the place, so I'm extremely sorry, and I won't promise that the next video will be any better. Besides that, please subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and thank you for your support.